Hi. So, it is finally happening. Telepathic Lil Nas X is catching a nerf, and it seems like the Swiss Army knife that is focus of attention is going to have a few of its tools removed. As someone who's played quite a lot of Seer, even I appreciate this, so I know the rest of you guys are going to be over the moon. So let's get into what changed, how it's changed, and what effect this is going to have on gameplay. So if you like the video, do leave a like on it. If you want to see me make more, then definitely sub as well. It's free. Other than that, let's get straight into the video for you. Okay, so here's how we found out about this. It's a tweet from Respawn, retweeted by Apex Legends, saying, "Good morning, we just shipped a Play Apex update that fixes a few bugs and introduces balance changes to Seer." Now, the details of this update pretty much change every aspect of Seer, but in a good way, I think. So let's get into them. So his passive is a big reason that a lot of players have had issue with Seer. It's basically like free wall hacks, and they made a couple of small changes that are going to make a big difference in gameplay. So they've increased wait time between sensor spikes of full HP targets from 1.25 to 1.75 seconds. Now, this sounded really weird, but essentially what this means is this heartbeat sensor now triggers a lot slower. And what used to be a near constant spike of orange to let you know exactly where the enemy was is now a timed spike that does give them some time in between to move around. Now, the lower HP that an enemy is, the faster these ticks occur. So if you have got someone low, you can essentially still wall hack them. But there's another couple little things that have changed as well. They also have said that they've removed the center circle ellipse. I was quite confused at what this meant, but essentially this is the little orange line on the inside of the circle, and it showed you a consistent direction that the enemy was in. Now, these were kind of useful within 75 meters when you get the little orange ones, but the most important ones for me when I was using Seer were the ones outside of 75 meters where you get the tiny little blue lines. You can pretty much pinpoint an enemy from a very long distance away. It would appear that those are now gone, and they've been replaced by these small blue spikes at a lower rate than previous. So rather than being able to quickly aim down sights and get instant information on where the enemies are, you have to sit in your passive for a second to get information outside of 75 meters. On top of this, the range outside of 75 meters, which are these blue spikes, has been reduced. Now, previously, I remember aiming down sights and being able to see the little blue circles of people all the way across fragment. Like, you can still see that tiny little blue spike for that dummy over there. Now, this is at 120 meters, and it is so difficult to see, especially if you're involved in other activities such as combat or looting. It is important to mention, however, that details like the details inside the circle when you aim directly over the top of an enemy, they remain even at distances up to around 170 meters plus. And there is one last change to do with his passive. The field of view when using his ability without a weapon is reduced slightly as well. You do zoom in just a touch now. So the next area of Seer that's catching a nerf is his tactical, of course. I mean, spoiler, it's going to be everything about him. But his tactical now has an increased detonation delay, meaning that when you throw that ability out, instead of taking 1.4 seconds to explode and reveal the enemy, it now takes 1.6, which is ever so slightly longer. But these tiny little numbers do make a difference within combat. The first time I used this ability since the update, it was a little bit strange. It does feel very slow, but this is the ability now. Unveil yourself. Seems to hang in the air for a little bit longer, and that is exactly that 0.2 seconds. It's definitely going to mean that you're able to just jump out of the way or get out of the way of this ability a little bit easier now. But what happens when I am hit by this ability? Well, a few of you may have noticed that when I hit that dummy there, they took no damage, and that is because the damage from this ability has been completely removed. And the other thing that's been removed is the flash. Players are no longer going to be damaged or flashed by Seer's focus of attention. The screen shake from being hit by this ability is also reduced, which makes so much sense. The ability to reveal players, see their health, see their armor, see their position was good enough as it is. Then you add in the ability to cancel healing items, and it gets to be a little bit OP. Then you add in flashing and damage. That's pretty crazy, but it will no longer deal damage or flash the enemy. So if you have a clip of yourself getting a kill with focus of attention, save it, get ready to post that when it becomes antique. Another weird little quirk of pre-patch Seer that has been removed is his ability to sprint whilst holding his tactical. It was a really weird mechanic that I didn't really understand. Why were you able to sprint whilst holding tactical, but not when just holding your hands out? I mean, so be it. You slow down to a walk now when you use your ability. And then there's a fix for the tactical FX being visible in the firing range. Not quite sure exactly what that means, but there we go. So that's everything to do with Seer's tactical. What do you guys think? Do you think this needs a little bit more of a nerf, or do you feel like this is absolutely fine the way it is? Did you prefer it back in the old days? Bear in mind, you're still able to cancel heals completely with this tactical as well. So it is still Very, very strong. Then we have Seer's ultimate. The cooldown has been reduced from just 90 seconds previous to 120 seconds now. Also, they are lowering the volume on this as well. I think this is a hugely welcomed change. I feel like Seer's ultimate was way too overpowered, and adding that additional 30 seconds onto the recharge is going to make a big difference. Personally, I would actually go a little bit further and reduce the time that the ultimate is active for, as I still think it would be a little bit OP at this stage. But his passive, his tactical, and his ultimate have all had pretty heavy nerfs, so hopefully this will bring him back into line with the other characters. Another couple little bits are they fix a couple of little errors with Seer, and his voice line volume has been changed within the character select screen as well. Other fixes include little bugs and things like legends holding a grenade when they don't actually have one in their inventory, and the explosive holes will be respawning closed now again following a bug fix. But that should be everything. If you're an info main, let me know. Are you going to pick up Bloodhound again, or is it going to be Seer for you the whole way? Do let me know in the comment section below. If you guys want to talk about Apex Legends or just come hang out, have a good time, then I do stream on Twitch almost every day. The link is in the description below. So feel free to come along on me. But for this video, I think we're just about done. See you guys in the next one.
Back to the sound.